Hello, everyone.
Buenos dias.
We are gathered here today to commemorate the 10th Sunday
Ooh.
of our
Yes,
series.
I'm doing my thing.
I don't have a thing. It's my phone's.
I got a thing, and I'm doing it.
Is it there?
Is it? I think I messed up.
Is it over there?
Did it
I don't see it.
I mean, I don't need it.
Yeah,
You don't need it?
anyway.
Nah, I don't.
There it is. I found the video. First of all, I have to go and search for it. I
Welcome
just wanna
back.
make everybody click
Another
on that.
Sunday, another live.
Yep.
If you've been following, this series is 10 Sundays, 10 Lives. This is the 10th. This is the 10th Sunday. This is the final live, the final show to close out this series. And we decided to do a Q&A. Each of the previous Sundays, we discussed a specific topic. We started off with considerations while buying land. Then we went into developing and moving to the land, which was just to catch you guys up because we had been gone for a while and you guys have been asking, where we were. So we did these two, and then we went into the one home versus two homes or separate living. And then after was plural marriage economics. Then from that we went into how to convince your wife to let you have a second, which turned into a segment for the men, a mini series.
It did.
Which what happened? We cut.
Oh no!
Are we on the?
We're probably
Let's
not.
see. Hold
Hang
on.
on, y'all.
Sorry.
Press that up there.
Where is that?
There you go.
That.
Press that.
That.
Yeah, we're on the Wi-Fi.
That's
Yeah.
two.
So I should go over
your-
here.
Get done.
Yeah. Anyway,
Spell that up.
back to what?
Alright, sorry about that. Shalom, y'all.
This should be
Hi.
better.
Everything's
So-
probably slow.
If everything was slow, it's better now.
Alright.
All right.
So it was how to convince your wife to let you have a second, which
Yep.
sparked a little, mini segment for the men. That was followed by why men fail. Then preparing for multiple wives, right? And then securing additional wives.
Yep.
And then the children.
Yeah.
And now we're going to close this out with
What
the Q&A. So each one was a separate topic, and we try to keep it on topic. This one, there's no real topic, so you guys are free to ask, whatever questions you want to ask. Because on the previous videos, you guys would ask a question, and if it was not the topic or not related to the topic, we would, skip over it. We wouldn't answer it.
So we're gonna answer
We
every
answering questions.
every appropriate question
I was
that
about
y'all
to say, we're not gonna
ask.
answer just everything y'all
We
ask.
can't answer everything because sometimes
Keep it
people like
kosher.
to be inappropriate, but we want you to be.
Yeah.
We want you to be appropriate.
So now it's like what, an open mic?
Open mic
Open
night.
mic. Open mic.
Open mic, open
We is here
floor.
for y'all. So let's see here. It looks like I have done
Thank you.
everything that I need to do. I think I've gone everywhere and put us absolutely everywhere
You
that I
just
can think
share, you
of.
put a little caption.
I did. I put a
Cool,
caption
cool.
and everything.
Sharing is caring.
I'm gonna. Okay, so hang on. We about to go
Where
see
is
this.
your phone?
We don't.
Mine?
Because
Yeah.
if we had your
You want it?
phone. Yeah, where is it?
It's somewhere.
Is it
It
here?
was just on the couch.
Y'all want me to call it?
Was it
I
on
don't
this
know.
couch?
Oh wait, my phone's not. Okay, so listen.
That's your phone.
Don't call my phone. No one call my phone because I don't have my ringer off.
Ah,
Nope. No look.
No,
look.
I'm looking.
Okay. So this
This is a very relaxed video.
Again, welcome back. Another Sunday, another live.
Okay.
We're closing out the 10 Sundays, 10 Lives series.
Yep.
This is the final live, the final show, final episode, whatever you want to call it. and this one is we're closing it out with a question and answer
Yeah.
session. And like I said, every previous video in this series was subject oriented, a particular subject, and this one is just open floor. So we're here to answer whatever questions
Yep. And we've got
you
4
guys
so
may
far.
have.
Yes, we do.
We got 4 questions.
Yay.
We're gonna run all off into this.
All right. So,
Give y'all the best 10 minutes of our life.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. So,
How long we got
shalom
6
to
minutes.
LaShonda Harris Santiago.
Hi.
Hello, cousin. How you doing? Shout outs. Shalom to everybody else who has joined us this
Hello.
afternoon. We have started
Hi.
late because it's fun to start late. So here we are. Okay. Marquez 10010. Was that binary? Is binary stuff? Okay. Is it better to get one wife at a time, even if you have the means to bring in like all 3 at one time? We're going to ask the husband. Is it better to get one wife at a time, even if you got the means to bring all 3 in, or should you just go for it?
I would think it is.
Yeah.
You know, it's like climbing steps. I would think, you know, you start. You know, I was, when you look at it, a lot of most successful men at this, you would find, well, in the West, you would find they were married to one wife for a certain amount of time. And I mean a long, like, we're looking at 10 years.
Mhm.
And then they added another,
Mhm.
right? And so, you know, so I would say it you know, it's better, you know, crawl before you can walk. I do know a guy who brought in 2 wives together. A Swahili, come at.
Oh,
but
yes.
but he's in Brazil, you know, he's not
Yeah.
he's not up here in the US. And you know, I remember, you know, him doing his preparations, and he did a lot of preparations, and he's a real stand-up disciplined guy. You know, and he brought in 2 wives at the same time, and he did his thing, and he impregnated both of them at the same time too. And he's still going on. Last time I checked, he's thriving in this. So you know, there's nothing to say that it's not going to work out if you bring in 3 wives at the same time. But when I look at, you know, just the plethora of people I know, it does seem like one of the constant is the man being married, like in our situation, married to her for 10 years first, and you get that across. You know, a lot of men, they were married to the first woman for a significant amount of time first, and then they brought in the second one. I've seen a few guys that kind of like just bringing them one after the other, but typically, usually from what I see, it kind of creates a revolving door situation. Like they bring them in fast, but they go as fast as they bring them in.
Goodness.
You know,
Yeah.
so
Ready for the next question?
No.
we-
No?
every-
Yeah.
Everybody gonna ask questions.
yeah,
I'm
we're
answering.
gonna, we're
would
gonna take our
say-
time. We're
yeah.
not just gonna rush through the questions like
Go,
that.
go.
So guys,
Nah.
so like I would
Nah,
say,
whoa there.
what makes a person like when he said the means, if you have the means to
Yeah, if
bring
you have the
another,
means.
what are the means? Like how do you know you can even do that with one woman, let alone 2, 3, and 4 at one time? Like seems to me like, yeah, you should crawl before you walk. I don't think anybody's running out there getting 3 jobs at the same time. You know, you got to see how it fits into your schedule. You got to deal with a lot of stuff. It's not just going to the puppy mill and getting puppies.
I think by means he might be talking about the resources.
It's
And
more
by
to
that-
it than just
And
resources.
by that, I guess he's talking about financial resources. So he
Yeah.
figure like, you know, he probably makes a substantial amount of money, or he already has a substantial amount of wealth where he could afford.
Money. Is,
And if we're wrong, you know,
Yeah, let us
please
know.
correct us.
We'll come
money
back to
sounds
it.
great,
But I think
management skills.
Yeah, man,
like you need a lot of stuff.
yeah, you
It's not
you
just
need to
money.
have the mental and emotional fortitude
Really, it's not
for
bad.
that. Yeah.
Like, what
So,
kind of husband are
like-
you? If you've never been a husband before, you don't know what kind of husband you
Yeah.
are yet.
Like,
you
go-
don't know
going
what kind of wives
from-
they are yet.
Going from 0 to 3. Wow, there was a term we call that what, the overachiever. Yeah, that's what that was called. When you look at like the plural wife format, you'll find like there are different ways people get into it. You know, so you have the add-on, which is a monogamous couple adding a second wife, and even that is kind of broken down in two, because you have the add-on, their choice, where both of them decided, like with us, like we got into it together and then we decided it was good. And then you have the add-on his right, which you find that with a lot of you know, like religious guys like the Hebrews, the Muslims, where within their religion the man has a right to take a multiple wife, and that is, you know, that is what drives it. So it's his right. So you have the add-on their choice and the add-on his right. And you have the overachiever, which is the guy, he's single and he goes after two wives at the same time.
He don't even got no driver's license.
Yeah.
And he
Wait.
just racking up wives.
I mean, just to finish it, there's also the one called the package deal, where it's two women, they were friends, or two sisters, where like in the scriptures, Yaakov.
Got the
Yeah,
sisters.
yeah, he got the
Leah,
sisters,
Leah
like the-
and Rachel.
Yeah, their father gave both of them, so they were the package deal. So you get that, you get the package deal. And what was there was one more. There was the overachiever, the package deal, the add-on, and there was another one. There was can't remember it now.
Oh no, we've been talking about the add-on, the package deal recently in a group.
Yeah.
We were talking about that. So yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing.
If you know if you're gonna be the overachiever, in my opinion, go for the package deal.
Okay. that
Yeah,
makes
from
sense.
what I've seen, like that works.
Marry the best friends.
That works. It works the best. It works the most. Right, where two women get together, they could be, you know, their father, they could be sisters, and their father gave them to the same man, or they could be best friends or whatever, and they decided, hey, let's share a husband because we're so close. Yeah, and that actually has a high success rate actually.
Really?
Yeah, the package deal has a high success rate. The overachiever has the lowest success rate.
But the package deal has
But
the
the
highest.
package deal has the highest
Okay.
success
So if you're
rate.
gonna be the
So if you're gonna-
overachiever,
yeah, if you're
go
gonna-
ahead
Yeah.
and get
The
the package deal.
Yeah, if you're gonna be the overachiever, go for the package deal.
Alright.
Okay, we ready to go to the next one?
Next question.
Okay, I have been talking with a family in a different state. He wants me to visit. Who should pay for the visit? I feel like we should go half since COVID tickets are expensive.
Oh, okay.
Who should pay? She gonna visit.
She's gonna visit.
He wants her to. Yeah.
He wants her to visit.
Who
And
should pay? She wants to go half.
she wants to go half.
Yeah, she's okay with half.
you guys go for it.
Who should
Who
pay?
paid?
You go for
Okay,
it.
I'm trying to remember when I came to visit. Did I
No, let's go abstract. Let's think
Oh.
beyond
pay?
ourselves.
Okay,
Let's
beyond
think-
ourselves. Sorry, I was
Let's-
pulling from
I mean, you can, but let's not just relegate
my ways.
to our history. Narcissism.
The narcissist in me says I'm right.
Hey, what's your way? What way would you say? What? How we doing this?
No, you go. What?
You go. How we
Oh,
doing this?
oh, okay. I think. Oh Lord. Mm. I think she should pay.
You think she
You
should
think she
pay?
should pay? Okay. I think she should pay.
All right. I think the man should pay. I think she should pay. I think he should pay, or at least they should go half.
I'm worried.
Those are my suggestions, because if he is asking, if he is wanting and searching for another sister, and the way finances go and things like that, I believe during the courting process, a lot of stuff is proving that you can provide for more than one sister, and one way you can prove that is to pay her ticket to come and visit you. You know, but definitely half if you can't fully like fit the bill. Like that's understandable. Go ahead and pay half.
It's
That's
a mean,
fine.
scary world out there. I have control of that because I mean, there's so many scenarios. What is it? Flying folks out. You fly them out and stuff don't go right. No, they canceled your return ticket.
Ooh.
So you think because
You might want to have some Levex money there. That's what we used to call that.
Until it is firmly established that we gonna do. Nah, I do that.
So you think for security reasons the woman should take control of
Take
that.
control of that.
Protect herself.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I can see at least having
Yeah.
some money on hand just in case
Yes.
the floor falls out of what you're trying to do
Yes.
there, and at least have enough money to get yourself
Things
home.
happen.
It happens.
Folks don't show up to airports. All sorts of stuff happen. I would totally like. Yeah, it may seem wrong because I'm saying like she should control that, but no, for my safety, for my best interest, I would keep that ball in my court until we have firmly established like we don't do this, and then yeah.
I think the man should pay, and considering what she's saying, the woman, she should have her own backup.
Okay,
She should have a security, but
that's a good.
it's a wild world that we have to negotiate relationships like that. We have
My eyes just keep getting wide.
worry about that sort of stuff. That's crazy though.
It has happened. Remember, and someone bumped it up in one of the groups. The girl, she had packed her stuff. She was going to the airport. There was no ticket. They canceled the ticket. Like it's a lot of stuff that can go. Bump
Well,
up.
I mean, at least she wasn't stranded in the city. She found that out
Yeah.
at the airport.
Yeah.
And if she had paid, then she would have gone all the way over there and then find out that.
Yeah.
So
And she should have gone to the museum.
yeah, I think I think men in this need to step up and show that they're able to be the man in this.
Yeah.
That they're able to be the man in this. That they're willing to provide, or at least do their best to provide. And I think it should start at the beginning of it.
Yeah. Me too.
Let's see. Our brother Dope Law has asked, if you were thinking about approaching another woman, what would be a few questions that you would ask straight out the gate in the beginning first before you even qualify to court her?
What is your status?
If I was thinking about approaching another woman,
Yes.
a few questions.
What a few questions right out the bat? Like, what would you ask?
How do you feel about a man having multiple wives?
That's a good question.
Right? What's your position in that? What do you think about it? In your mind, like, how do you think marriage is structured? Do you think it's patriarchal, egalitarian? Yeah. Matriarchal, patriarchal, egalitarian. Do you think the man leads, or do you think it's 50-50? That is some of the important things I would ask. And especially, if we're looking at the multiple marriage format, one of the things would be, I guess, sharing a house versus whether you want your own house. What else would I ask?
What's your status?
Oh, just
What
you mean
is
status?
this,
Like,
HIV?
HIV or
That's
AIDS
a
or
no, or any
incurable
long lasting,
disease?
no, nothing like you need to.
I
You
would
have an OnlyFans.
Wow.
You have to ask these questions.
Man, the age we live in.
The age we live in. Do you have an OnlyFans?
You have an OnlyFans
And will you
because,
shut it down?
I would ask
You
about
need to shut that
her
down.
female friendships.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I would ask about her female friendships.
What would you
I
want to
I
know with the female friendships?
You
What
know,
you
do
wanna
you
know?
have friends? How are you with your friends? Because
Okay.
the last one I courted, she didn't have friends, and that was a telltale sign right there that when a woman doesn't have female friends, man, there's something going on there.
Yeah.
They're unable to cooperate with other women.
What she tell us? I don't usually hang with B words, but y'all cool. That's what she told us.
Thank you.
Next.
Thanks so much. So let's see here. Dragon Manifest says, y'all are such a beautiful family. Thank you.
Thank you,
very
thank
much.
you.
We do appreciate you. Fall Skies Prepper says, what do you do with nosy neighbors who always want to be in your business with 2 wives?
How are they in your business? I mean, nosy neighbors, they'll look we just ignored our neighbors, man.
Yeah.
We ignored our neighbors.
Completely.
I'm not the friendly guy. I'm not a friendly type of guy. And by that I mean, like, I don't have this welcoming demeanor, right? I don't have this welcoming demeanor. So I'm not the type of guy that you will see and then, I'll just have this welcoming look on my face that you'll just come up to me and talk to me and ask me questions. And it might be
unapproachable.
I've been described as very unapproachable. It's usually because I'm just focused. I'm a focused type of guy. So because of that, like, the neighbors, when we lived in the city or the suburbs or pre-burbs, whatever you call it, they'll look, and that's about it. They'll just watch, stare, then I'll turn around and then they'll turn their head right quick.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how we dealt with them for how many years was it, like? And like 7 years?
Yeah.
7 years living over? Yeah.
They gotta deal with one of us walking them out, kissing them goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
Another one, another day, walking them out, kissing them goodbye. Somebody bringing him something that belonged to him. Somebody else bringing him his lunch for the day, bringing him breakfast for the day. Somebody standing outside helping him, him
So I'd say
harassing another one outside. They just have to deal with it. And
I'd say just ignore them. Now, if they're your friends, then they're your friends. Explain to them what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're not your friends anymore, then
were they ever your friends in the first place? That's the question.
Yeah.
But
I don't think neighbors is something to worry about. They're a bit of an irritant, but they if you're solid enough, they can't really mess you up.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, on some level, the relationships that we had with them, we still had those quote unquote relationships with them. Because when we were growing collards and I had seeds, whoever took it to the lady, she was perfectly fine. Mm-hmm. And you've talked to those people before, and they're perfectly fine.
But you see, because we weren't really friendly with them, we just kept it like, how would I say, like professional neighbors.
Yeah,
we're going to keep it professional neighbors. Like, we're going to be cordial because we're neighbors.
Yeah.
As it.
So you'll get the wave, you'll get the hi. When time comes, when something happens, you'll get the interaction, like the Hispanic people on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So they knew they could, hey, I need a jump. They could come to me for that because I am the neighbor. But apart from that, to like let people in your business and.
And during 2020, I mean, you might not be aware of this, but 2020, us and the people next door, we would go back and forth on like vegetables and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which ones?
The Hispanic family.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
We would go back and forth. They give us stuff, we give them stuff, and so on and so forth.
They were cool.
It was very cool, very laid back. So, okay, let's see. Dopla says, where are strong African American polygynous communities in America besides Utah?
Facebook.
Facebook is the only place.
I didn't even know Utah had strong African American.
A strong
A
community, like a physical community. African American. Man, this is a fringe culture, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna find like a bunch of people living in one area, practicing that. You'll find here, there. The internet is the biggest uniting factor of polygynous families.
If you're gonna find like African American polygynous communities, you have to understand that they have a religious base.
Yeah,
Philadelphia. They have a belief, a shared belief system. So the people in Philadelphia, on the whole, you're gonna find a lot of strong African American polygynous families in Philadelphia, they are all Muslim. So you have to,
They deep.
and yes, and so
Very
you gotta, are you Muslim? Are you going to be Muslim or whatever? Because that's how you get into knowing those people in Philadelphia. Otherwise, you wouldn't know them, kind of thing. And that's pretty much the way for everywhere. I know
Pockets.
there's pockets in Georgia. You have a lot of Hebrew
Yeah, in
Israelites,
Georgia,
Muslims.
yeah, Georgia, you get a lot of Hebrew Israelites. They practice polygyny.
Right. So it depends on your belief system, but just as a African American community being like connected as far as polygyny goes, you're not gonna find anything that just everybody's polygynous and then like the rest of their beliefs aren't quote unquote like minded or anything like that. No, you gotta have like whatever their belief system is. So, but there you go. There's two answers: what Philadelphia and in and around Georgia, kind of thing. So let's see here. Jissy says, "What is a wise way of doing a ketubah or a contract that would be honored?" I'm not sure if I've asked that correctly. Is what she said. So, what is a wise way of doing a ketubah? Is a Hebrew term for marriage commitment. A marriage agreement.
Covenant.
Yeah, a covenant. So she's asking about the agreement, the covenant, the contract. What is a wise way of doing one that would be honored? I mean, it's agreed upon two parties, right?
And first you
With
start.
somebody that's honorable.
I was about to say that. First you go with someone that's honorable.
First off.
To me, that is the only thing, because we did that in securing additional wives. We said that basically, man, no matter what your contract is, you're dealing with humans, with individuals, and they're going to choose to go by it, and when stuff happens, it's like, forget that contract, forget that ketubah. No matter how religious they say they are, no matter which elder or leader you have, approve it and put their stamp on it.
I would say, as a sister, as a woman, whatever's in that ketubah, make sure that you agree with it, and make sure that it's something that you can live with. Because just because you don't agree and just because you don't live with it does not mean that it's unrighteous. You just don't agree. So before you sign any quote unquote dotted lines or anything like that, make sure that it's something that you are personally down with, that you can live with, that you can stomach, and things like that. Like, try to make sure that it's above board for you inside of yourself. Anything else? Nothing else? Okay. Shakiki Cooper. The family I am courting, the husband says in 1.5 years he wants more kids. I was uncomfortable with him deciding that for me since I don't have any. Should I be uncomfortable? I do want kids, but I want it to be my choice too.
She's courting?
She's courting, and he says, like, if she marries them within 1.5 years, he's gonna want more kids. And she's uncomfortable with him putting a time frame on that.
So are you uncomfortable with him making choices for you, period? Because you get
That's
married,
what that sounds like.
he's gonna be making choices for you, and
It's already starting.
I mean, people have the different opinions on the marriage, but it's you marry that man, especially in the plural wife format. You're marrying, you're joining his family. He's gonna be ahead. You're coming up under him, and he has a right to build his family as he pleases. So if according to his plan, 1.5 years he want another child by you, then that's it. And then if you're going into this trying to control, as the woman, trying to control things like that, trying to control the man, you might find yourself with a man that's not strong enough to be the husband of multiple wives. So as a woman, you should really surrender yourself and be submissive to that man. Wow, you're thinking about marriage, but you're not wanting to, to manifest the two become one. That's different.
Well, maybe she doesn't know
There.
about the two become one. We have to ask about, I mean, like her
Beliefs
community, her
and
culture, her examples. You know, do women in her family typically decide when they gonna have the kids? Like, it's deep.
I'm just gonna say.
Send us an email.
We'll get into that further.
Yeah,
later
we'll
if you send us an
really.
email.
Yeah, that's something to dive into.
Wow.
Yeah, we still like wow. Yeah.
I would say if you have a problem with the brother's time frame, then don't do it. Just take a step back. You need to search yourself. If it's something that you cannot handle this 1.5 year
Yeah.
time frame for whatever reason, you haven't married him yet.
Yeah, courting is just trying.
You're just courting. So, but once you get off in there, I think you should submit to it. You know, children is children, and children gonna come because that's what happens when people do that kind of when you're being intimate. Children stand a chance of coming, and if he's saying that 1.5 years is his schedule, then that is the schedule that he wants.
His schedule.
You know,
he's already had a conversation with them himself.
Yeah.
Negotiate with them.
Negotiate.
Try.
Yeah.
especially if he's like worth it if you want him.
Yeah.
Douglas wants to know.
I think you're a little out of place though. Go ahead.
Ooh, you're out of place. Oh. She's out of place.
I think she's a little out. Yeah, as you coming in as the wife, it's too
She
much.
says, "My body, my choice."
Yeah. All right.
She's like, all right, so moving on. Our brother Dope Lie is back again, checking the Rex. Okay, he said, did you want polygyny more than Dream Girl, your first wife, or did you want it more than her in the beginning? I'm curious because I remember Dream Girl sharing her testimony of how she came to know about polygyny.
We found out about it together, and we were in agreement with it together. She had more liberties to get carried away with it in her mind, I would say. So it may seem like she was more enthusiastic. Well, yeah, she was more enthusiastic about it because it was just me being the calculating man I am. I was just humbled by it, just seeing what it really was. I was not the guy who just got excited, especially being that my current wife is accepting of it. I see a lot of men, they're just really excited about it. I was more like, yeah, this is gonna take some stuff. This is gonna take me to be, more of a man than I currently was. So I was just focused on that. If you look at preparing the video, about 2 or 3 videos again, preparing for additional wives, it kind of takes you through our journey. Takes you through our journey in this. I wouldn't say she was more wanting of it. I would just say that she, as the woman in it, and then she was a stay-at-home woman, so she had more liberties, she was, in a better position to really get carried away with it and put her mind in it.
I would say that he at the time he's always, I'm saying at the time, but I'm saying when it comes to certain subjects and things like that, and I mean, honestly, pretty much everything, but he's very pragmatic. He's very practical. And when we first started talking about it, while he could understand it and things like that, he was not eager because he understood that there's a lot of responsibility there. And I don't think brethren understand the amount of responsibility and things. You don't need a thing.
We need,
yeah.
A thing. Go?
If you go on that back wall, that very back wall off in there, on the very back, to the back, keep straight.
To the back.
Yeah, behind the thing.
Oh.
Yeah. He's very pragmatic and practical, and it was one of those things where it's like, nah, it's a lot of responsibility. I really got to think about it and wrap my mind around it and things like that. And after I want to say a little bit of time here and there, he decided that yes, that was, this was something that he wants to do. But it was after a lot of conversation and many
No, it's still too
discussions.
short.
Here, give it. You want to give it back to me?
You have one
Come
over
back
there?
here. Run
Let me
it.
see. Many discussions. Yeah, I got
Run
you.
it.
Oh,
Come back, sit down. I got you.
he's got us many
got us.
discussions.
Now
Hi,
he's gone
it's the
really
co-wives.
tired.
Let's
Okay,
talk.
Cause like y'all have just taken over our channel here, fellas.
gosh.
Rebecca's
Yes.
point.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
so very like, you know, I mean, so we had a lot of conversations. There would be times that we would be riding cross country and things like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yes, and I had what's the book?
One for your sister?
Yes,
One
we
for
want for our
yourselves.
sisters what you want for
Mhm.
ourselves.
Yep.
We'd be reading that, and I would be reading while he's driving.
Mhm.
We would discuss it the whole way. If we flying somewhere, I'd read them.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah, I would read and we talk about it and things like that. So we really got involved. You know what I mean? Inside ourselves.
Yeah.
I was in a lot of forums because Facebook didn't even exist
Mhm.
back then. So I was in a lot of forums and stuff like that and talking to other women
Mhm.
of all like walks of life that were pro polygyny or had co-wives and things like that. Shh, no. Don't say anything. But I was in all these groups and stuff like that, and so I learned so much, and I would share it with him, and we would have a ton of conversation, and it just, you know, we did grow together. And one day he's like, yes, like let's do this.
Yeah.
I think this is something that
I'm saying
I
yeah.
can see.
Okay.
She was totally there.
I wasn't there.
When I came down from Mount Sinai, right?
He came back from Mount Sinai after going up there
Look at the video.
for 40 days.
Preparing for multiple wives. Look at that video.
Yes.
Look at that video.
So, and then, you know, here we are, you know.
Sorry.
He even during after that, you were still very practical and pragmatic. So he was not running around. He did not court a lot of sisters. He did not do that. What? He did not. Like, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to say is she was the second or the third sister
Number
you courted?
15.
The
No, she
second?
was the first, man.
The
Number
first
15.
official real
Number
courtship.
15.
Like
Like-
everything
like
else
there
was
were-
phone stuff.
Yeah, there were a couple of women. Like if one of your old Dream Girl 360 videos
Oh yeah, we
talked
talked
about,
about
like
it.
our journey, and we spoke about like 2 women I spoke to, but there weren't any.
And then when we got in here, we look back, we like that wasn't anything
Yeah.
real at all. This
I mean-
is real.
I mean, you're talking about like a few phone conversations
yes,
to women in different cities,
yeah,
you know. But she was the first courtship. And
yes.
she's still there.
She's still here.
I spoke to like 2 women after, and it didn't work out. Like, and even with then, it was like a couple years after the first one, and then the second one was.
I got the sauce. That's all.
The second one was like maybe 5 years after that other one, and then
I got the sauce.
Y'all like my smile? Y'all like that fake smile? Right? Just like
Good,
open
good.
mouth and insert teeth. I'm like,
I got the juice.
I'm like, ooh, the mother too. Ooh.
I got the
there we
juice.
go. Now
All
I'm
these
talking.
videos would be so
Next.
different. Would we even have videos? Okay.
I don't know.
L. Jordan says, brother, you know, Asa family, Asa sisters from New Orleans. He's saying, what's up?
Oh, hi.
What's up, man?
Blessings. Dominique Williams says, I love y'all's energy, and y'all are making me feel a lot more comfortable with my decision to be in a polygynous marriage with my king. Yay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good. Yes.
Mikhail McLean says, hey fam, a few videos back, you mentioned the man should continue self-improvement before taking on this life.
Yes.
What books or self-improvement do you recommend for the men?
I read a lot of
Uh-huh.
success books, basically.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
I read some Napoleon Hill, Robert Greene. What other books did I read? I read some classic world conquering ruler books like some Sun Tzu,
Mm-hmm.
some Niccolo some
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
some Machiavelli,
Mm-hmm.
and what these books did, like it taught me like governance and how to achieve, how to like get what you want and how to govern, how to manage things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those are the books I would recommend. Do you have any other books?
I mean, well, this person is talking about what the man should read. I would say The Kinsman Redeemer by Dr. Gina Murray.
There you go.
It's a
Shout
good
out.
one.
Say it again.
Dr. Gina Murray, The Kinsman Redeemer. It's the second book in a series of books on biblical marriage. So for the brethren, like y'all can read both of them, but the second one is definitely, absolutely towards the brothers, and it's good in your walk.
But like Napoleon Hill, he taught basically how to achieve,
Mm-hmm.
how to get what you want.
Mm-hmm.
So it really taught you focus, how to basically extract what you want out of life. He wrote 13 Principles of Success, Think and Grow Rich. And then you have Sun Tzu, The Art of War, just taught you strategy, how to conquer, as well as Niccolo Machiavelli, The Prince, taught you how to basically just reign, how to govern. And I think these books kind of helped me out. There was another book I'm trying to remember. Maybe I might get back to it.
I'm trying to think.
It's the Book of Ben's.
The Book of Ben's.
Yeah.
It's on sale.
Find it on Amazon.
I would say any of these books, honestly, they're not gonna help you if you don't put them into action. And if you don't have any reason to put them into action, they're not gonna help you either. So, like, if you've heard of any of these books and you've heard any controversy around these books, people aren't using them. They're not using the knowledge there, and some of them honestly don't have any reason to use what's there. So that's why there's negativity around those books. But do not don't shake a stick at them books. Like those books are good. They're good for you. Ready for the next question?
Go ahead.
Dope law. How you guys worship together or apart as far as having devotionals?
Apart.
We worship apart.
I mean, it depends on what you call
And
worship.
I mean, we get together.
Yeah. Devotionals.
We talk scripture.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do the feast together.
There you go.
Wait, she's like,
Yeah, we
we do feast together and stuff like that. And there you go, right? Is that okay? How old were y'all when you started? It's Mantecas Verdes. Young.
started on the
To be young,
journey
gifted,
or
and black.
actually accomplish it.
Oh, young, gifted, and black. I like this one. Yes. How? What age?
Started on the journey or
I would say started on the
actually
journey.
Started on the journey.
I would do both.
man.
Both. Start on the journey, and then when she joined, when the three of us was together. Start on the journey. How old were we?
Okay, so we're all pretty much the same age. Alright, so
Pretty much.
yeah. So we were 24, 23 when we started. And then we were 31 when she came.
Yeah.
When she came on.
And
Yes.
we're 25 now.
We're 25 years old now, and yes. So we're sticking. That's our story. We're sticking to
Yeah.
it. Let's see here. Don't forget if y'all need that electrician, brother. I got
yeah,
you.
that's right.
It's L. Jordan.
Electrician for what?
Oh, remember the videos before.
He said it's been a long time,
Yeah.
fam. L. Jordan.
Uh-huh.
It's been a while since he tuned in. He's here
Mhm.
now. If you
Our
remember, if
first
you need an
videos,
electrician,
yeah.
Okay.
he
okay.
got
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so a little bit of business networking.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I got you, brother. Got you.
Jeremy McLean says, did you actively seek out your second wife, or did she naturally come into your life? And do you even recommend taking an active approach?
I shot my shot.
I will say take an active approach. Again, the video preparing for multiple wives. What I did and what I was still meant to do is build yourself. And at the time when I felt like I was ready, the two of them met.
Mm-hmm.
The two of them met, and she told me about her.
Mm-hmm.
Then I started speaking to her. So it's just beautiful how life goes.
Mm-hmm.
For all these years, it was like 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, we just studied it. Somewhere during the 9 years, she started making videos. I just kept developing myself, improving on myself. And when I figured I was ready, they met, and she showed up, and we went forth with it. And I guess that is probably why we're still together 8 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Still together, because didn't force anything. Just let it work the way it's worked. Because like I said in that video, man, like Yah's not gonna give you a daughter of Israel if you're not ready for it. So when you make yourself ready, he's gonna give it to you. So
would you agree that polygyny is stereotyped as more intimacy on demand? Intimacy on demand.
I see a lot of ignorance out there, and I saw a lot of poor portrayals of it. A lot of people who don't practice it, a lot of people who are looking to practice it, they go promoting it. And in the way they promote it, it looks like it's intimacy on demand.
Yeah.
If you're on social media, a lot of the times, in some of these groups, but the actual people who practice it, who practice polygyny, not to be mistaken with polyamory.
Oh boy.
Right? It's not intimacy on demand. Like the actual polygynists, I know they are serious families that are building families, focus on the economics, focus on self-sustainability, securing everyone that's part of the union, focus on the children's future. It's serious business. There's no no game, no free fall, sex free fall in this. It's just it's serious.
Okay. Anyone? Okay. Maybe? No? Okay. How do you develop the emotional intelligence and patience for plural marriage? Because yes, you're right. It takes emotional intelligence and patience. Yes. How do you develop that?
Well, I would say, for one, it's going to develop you. Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's going to develop. So you will get it, and then in making it work and sustaining it, it will make you a bigger man. It'll make everybody in this bigger than they were. How do you develop it? Again, if you review the video preparing for multiple wives, you would see how I developed myself in this, and the things I went through, the things I did. It did help me develop the things that you spoke of. What is that person? Are we reading the names anymore?
Well, I didn't read their names because it's Mikhail McLean and Dope Law.
Okay.
Thank you for the questions.
Yes.
Keep it up. So we good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. The Dragon Manifest show. Are side pieces not polygamy?
They're
something.
No, they're not. It depends.
Yeah, they say polygamy.
In the scientific context, they're polygynous, but they're not polygyny. Right? Polygyny is a man being married to multiple women at the same time. How do you call it? Congruently?
Congruently.
Yeah.
El Jordan says side piece is a situationship.
Right. So a side piece is a man dealing with multiple women, but the commitment level is not the same.
Yeah.
The building is not the same. Side pieces are a much easier deal
Oh yes.
Yeah, they're a much easier deal.
Mhm.
They're not. It's not gonna develop you the same
Mm-mm.
as actually managing wives.
Yeah.
You know, that know about each other.
Right.
You know, it's not gonna develop you the same. There's not. You know, it's the morality is not the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you know, it's not gonna be as rewarding as what we have going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it may be easier, you know, for the man to keep this woman all the way over there and keep her, you know, separate and you're moving the
Oh,
stuff
sorry.
and
sorry.
keep her you know, out of the picture. It's easy. It may be easier, but it's not going to be as rewarding. You know, there's a lot of things that's going to be missed, like the economic empowerment. It's not going to be the same. The opportunity to build together and grow together, it's not going to be the same. So, you know, it might be, you know, in life, you know, the bigger the sacrifice, the bigger the reward. So, you know, it's less to get a side piece, whatever you call it,
Side
but
piece.
it's not going to be as rewarding. It's not going to be as fulfilling. Like a man who runs multiple women, like he has a wife and he cheats on that wife with a woman over there. He's not going to be the same caliber of a man that actually manages multiple wives.
Different.
They're not.
Everything, the vibration is different in everything. Because we've had
When
conversations.
when you speak to them, they're not.
Right.
Yeah, he's not going to be as mature. He's not going to be as focused. He's not going to be as developed.
He's not as disciplined.
Yeah.
He's comfortable with lying and keeping those women away from each other and keeping them under his control via lies and things like that. And that's what we know people is like, you got multiple baby mamas, you still sleeping with all of them, but polygyny is wrong in your mind. And it's like, that's just craziness, you know?
Yeah.
So, anything else? Anything? Okay. Next question is from Wise Nubian. How many children do each of your wives have? How many are female? How many are grown? How many do you encourage them to find a husband that has more than one wife?
None.
And is willing to have more than one wife with that husband?
None. We have none.
First of all, what's up, Wise man? I remember you from back in the day.
We only have chickens, goats, sheep, and cows. That's all we have.
Wise, we're raising 2 daughters. I guess let's just go down to what it is. You want to know if I got any daughters for you? We're raising 2 daughters. I don't have any daughters for you, brother. You know, refer to the last video of the children and you will see that yes, they are in tune with polygyny. You know, we have, you know, our eldest daughter, she said that like she's been in this so long, nothing else makes sense.
Yeah.
Nothing makes sense to her.
Yeah.
The sons, the boys, you know, her son is talking about all the babes he's gonna
Absolutely.
get. Her son is talking about he wanted Google
He
Google
said that at like
wives.
5 years
Yeah.
old. I want to Google wives.
So
I would also say that none of them are adults.
No.
None of them are grown-ups. So you got that there. And we are, I would say, I actually answered a similar question today in one of the groups. We aren't actively like promoting polygyny to the children. Like for us, and there are many of us that have said this, because this is not, what I'm saying is not originating with us, okay? But for us, polygyny is just marriage.
yeah.
Like this is just marriage, you
So
know.
with our children, man, we promote the marriage
We
structure.
promote
So
marriage.
we promote, you know, the wives, the submissive wives.
Mm-hmm.
We promote the men, the boys, you know, being men that are able to provide. So like with my boys, I work on developing a lot of like their skills
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and with with their daughters, they it's the same. They develop a lot of skills. So they're cooking, they're baking, they're doing all these things.
Yes.
You know, and that's what we do. We build them to be husbands and wives, and then we leave whether they're going to be, polygynous or not, up to them.
Mm-hmm.
Even though just from conversations they do have aspirations in that direction. Next question.
Right, that's correct. Thank you. Okay. Raising Awareness, Love, Power says, do you gravitate towards other polygynous families as friends and for community? And do monogamous families feel uncomfortable around you? So do we gravitate towards other polygynous families as friends?
You don't gravitate.
I say a little bit.
We gravitate to them?
They gravitate to us. We gravitate. We network a little
Yeah, we
bit.
network.
We definitely network.
We try not to like discriminate with monogamy and polygyny.
Mm-hmm.
We do what we do, and we just let everybody else do what they do.
Yeah.
We do gravitate to married people. I'll say
married
that.
people.
Married people.
Right.
They're all married.
Yes.
It
It said, do monogamous families feel uncomfortable around us?
I'd say like a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Those that are within our circle, they don't.
Yeah, within our circle, yeah.
They don't.
Mm-hmm.
But they may bring other people around sometimes that may.
And that's when I just started messing with people at that point.
Yes. Many years ago, I was directly told, like, I wouldn't tell anybody, if I were you, I wouldn't tell anybody that you're like for polygyny and that you want to be a polygynist. I wouldn't, because people might think you're weird.
Word it is,
And
then.
that's the end of that friendship.
Oh, I was like, since I've always been weird. So this ain't no different. It's not no different. So why would I sit up there and not do that? I would say I'm gonna think of some monogamous families that we have recently met, and I would say they are because of the child that like got friends, and those friends have families. Like the parents are aware that there is more than one wife here. There's more than one mother here, and they do not venture to say anything to us about it. Like, when we meet with them, they treat us just fine. Whatever they thinking, they keep it to themselves. And I think that's the best way for everybody to go around that. Keep it to yourself. So, anything else? Okay. Turner Classic 86, nice name, says, if I take on a second wife, hopefully they have the same complementary spirit as this union. Okay. Thank you. Yes, complimentary. That's correct.
Yes.
Marquez 10010 says, according to Torah, is there a waiting period as far as the time between intimacy with each wife? Is there a waiting period?
I think, well, according to Torah, I think, is it in the Torah or is it in the extra writings where a man, when he marries a woman, he's supposed to be with her for a year?
Yes, but this is about
intimacy.
Between it, okay, so we're not talking about like getting married, we're just talking intimacy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think is there?
You do your thing, and then you mikvah, and then you unclean until evening. Then you do your thing, and then you mikvah, and you unclean until evening. Right? Pretty much. On the basic scale of things.
Wait a minute.
That's scripture.
Sex makes you unclean?
Yeah. Any omissions? You gotta mikvah afterwards. You unclean till evening.
Yeah, man.
You be unclean till evening.
Just come back to this video. You got a lot of people that are more versed in the scriptures. They might see this and they may correct. Pedant patrol.
Yes.
Where are you, Pedant Patrol? Where are you here?
What is the minute mark?
Answer this guy's question.
That's like the basics.
Where you at, Pedant?
I'm saying the basics, but the basics, that's relative.
You had one job.
Here's a question. I have an answer for it, but Da Vinci Brown asks, where in the Caribbean are you from, King? I heard Peter Tosh playing in your background one day. Blessings to you and your family. One love. Where you from?
The West Indies.
Undisclosed location. The island of undisclosed location.
Should I say?
Oh,
I mean, if you want
Should I
to.
it is definitely up to you.
You see, I see counsel
I
from my
rep
life.
where I'm from.
I say counsel. I'm from St. Lucia, the same place Boredom Ja, the guy who got killed in Dallas by the cop. I'm from the same island he's from. Actually, he went to the same school with me just some years. Well,
After.
I don't think we went together
You know,
at the
he's
same time.
younger.
Yeah.
There you go. That question has been asked so many times.
And there you have it.
People have guessed
So
it,
it's
and we
it's-
never
Where
said
the
it.
balloons and the streamers and stuff. Like,
It's
you
super
got the
right.
answer.
It's a little island. If you notice, like the islands are like you have Florida, then off Florida you have you have the Bahamas, and then you have Cuba, and then the islands go as a chain. I'm like the part where it sticks out into the Atlantic the most. It's a little island by Barbados. It's like if you're looking from South America, it's the fourth island up from South America.
It is arguably one of the most beautiful islands in the Caribbean.
Yes, yes. W Brizzle says, "Sup, Dallas represent." Okay. Anyway, that's my friend, y'all. Hi. Okay. Dopa says that we should collab with Outstanding Personal Relationships one time. Thank you for
We're
that
gonna
suggestion.
collab with
Many
different-
people. We're gonna
different
see.
content creators.
We'll see.
You guys
gonna
should
take
wait to
that?
see what we have coming up.
Put it in the hat.
We've got some stuff coming up.
And we got some stuff. Stay tuned.
It's gonna be very surprising.
Stay tuned. For shizzle. Okay. Michaela McLean says,
Thanks for that advice, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
what would each of you do differently starting out on this journey knowing what you know now?
I like that question.
Listen a lot sooner.
Oh. Look how she scratched the back of her head. So,
Listen a lot sooner.
listen a lot sooner.
Listen a lot sooner. I had to get my narcissistic personality in check, so I would have listened a lot sooner. That's the truth.
What would each of you do differently starting out on this journey knowing what you know now? I think that I would, I don't know, everybody's so crazy when you come into these things. And it's just one of those things where I would say any of your expectations and stuff like that, anything that you've built up in your head that this is how it's going to go, just understand that there's a high chance, like 80% chance that it's not going to go that way. And just be open to the fact that it's not going to go the way that
Yes.
you are thinking about it right now. And just keep that at the forefront and allow for it and expect it. And that way, if you expect that it's not going to be that way, there's no surprises.
She's been saying that since day one.
No surprises. I kind of have been saying
She's
that.
literally been.
I'd be more patient.
More patient.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
If I
Where
could
is
turn
Thanos?
back
Can
time.
Thanos turn time back? What else can he do?
Too funny. Let's see. Okay, conversation. Oh, well, Gotcha Girl asked, what do the children call the second wife? Well, Gotcha Girl, we both have children. So she have children.
They
and I
call
have
it
children as well.
Parents.
those
Adults.
that are not their biological mothers, they call them mama with their first initial, and when they talk about them with outside people, they refer to them as their stepmother.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But around this house, we're all called the adults.
The adults collectively.
What do you want to
Why are you
Refer
here?
to the
Tall boy.
video.
I'm here to make sure Ariel isn't dead.
Honest.
Oh yes! Oh, look at you! Look at you!
I
They
might have
refer
to
to the
go.
last video
Hurry up or do whatever.
where we
Yeah.
speak about the
I've been
children.
waiting here for hours.
Hurry up! Get that child been in there for an hour just waiting on.
Make sure that door closes, please, baby. Thank you. Don't slam it.
See, she called my kid babies.
Yes.
It's just like
Yes. So that we are collectively the adults.
Yes, the adults.
Last video, what's it called? The children.
Yes, we talked about the children on the last video, so you should check it out.
Check out the last.
Please
video.
watch it because you'll get to hear all the stuff
Yes.
about these kids. W Brizzle 81 says structured polygyny is certainly different from being a playboy or a womanizer. I'm not a polygynist myself, but I can see the observation is way different. Jeremy McLean says, ladies, was jealousy and insecurity ever an issue? Not necessarily towards each other, but in regards to polygyny in general. If so, any tips for helping women overcome it?
I would say for me, not what people would expect, because I've seen it before. Got 4 grandmas. So not what you would think. My biggest thing was carving out memories, like just trying to make memories and stuff like that. Felt like I needed to like catch up.
So she was a little intimidated of our 10-year
Mm-hmm.
marriage, and she figured like I'm the new kid, and she's hearing like all what we've been through, travel around the world,
Mhm.
all what we built, and she's feeling like she has to hurry, like
And catch up.
hurry up, put a stamp there, and
Mm-hmm.
and hurry catch up, hurry to do it to make our marriage as substantial.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to have tips and arguments over that, where I would basically tell her, like patience,
They're
like
like, this is ridiculous.
because I didn't want to
Patience.
do things just to compete,
Mm-hmm.
do things with her
Just,
just to compete with the
previous
previous marriage. It didn't make sense. So I would just be like, patience, like marriage through the passage of time. We're going to make our own experiences. Don't worry about it. And
He's right. That is a thing for incoming wives, period. Like that's a whole nother video. Like thinking that you have to catch up or you need to hurry up and make your own memories because there's really nothing that's making your marriage in your brain, as we're not
Solid.
as important. Yes,
As real, yeah.
as real.
yeah.
Yes, keep my child alive,
Is
please.
that 81? I don't know.
That's not that low.
That's not the. This,
But go ahead and get.
Cooperate. I don't know.
No, you give him the juice.
Okay.
Doesn't want to cooperate. I would say personally, me with jealousy and insecurity. I mean, it's so hard to explain because it's one of those things where outside of our relationship, I'm not naturally a jealous person. Like if you look at previous videos on my channel, you'll see me saying like I'm not jealous. Like what is that? But what I have found out over the years is that yes, I can be jealous, and so it's just one of those things. They also ask, how do you manage it? How do you, as the husband, manage the jealousy?
And that's where you kind of need to be like a very logical thinker, because you would need to dissect the jealousy in the head to show them that, hey, this is really in your head.
Yeah.
And you'll need to be very balanced. So when they come at you with this, you need to be able to be like, really? But what about
Yeah.
this though?
Yeah.
But just last week, you and I, we were.
Right. There was one
Oh,
story,
yeah.
the hiking.
Yes.
She don't like hiking.
I don't like hiking.
She doesn't like hiking. And we had gone hiking.
They left me. They went hiking. I was washing dishes, and I watched them as they left through the kitchen window. And I, something inside me got so mad. And so I guess if we're talking about how to deal with it, I really had to talk to myself.
Yeah.
Like you talking about stuff that's real and was not real. I had to talk to myself and be like, y'all don't even like hiking. Why do you care that they went hiking? Like you shouldn't even care. Like if she wasn't here, him and them kids would be gone by themselves and you would be here and everything would be okay. So it's like, what was it for? It's not even real. It's unrealistic, so it's just craziness. And
It's a
so
lot of self-correction.
it's a lot of self-correction. Sisters you need to look at yourself and be like, sis, that is insane. That doesn't even make any sense.
He's right. He's like, really? Like,
Yeah. He gotta be like, it's not.
Yeah.
come on, come
Mentally,
sit.
right.
We need to have a conversation.
Yeah.
So, that's what you use each other for.
Yes.
To get yourselves
Checks and
back together. Let's see here. LaShonda Harris Santiago said, we are rearing up our daughters in our culture as it's just marriage as well.
Yes, that's
Yes.
awesome.
Yes. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Somebody is attempting to help us with the conversation about unclean. Shalom Mishpaka, Barakata, and Yasbid. Releasing of the man seed makes copulation unclean. Man seed has, she says man seed has blood in it. Brother says man
Drink
seed
your
has
juice.
blood in it, which is
You
the
did?
life of the man seed,
Okay.
and it's the blood that makes the copulation unclean. Why are you here?
I'm just walking to my room.
Well, okay. I need you to hurry up and do that. Sorry. Just standing there. But I had to hesitate. This foreplay does not make you unclean. Thank you very much for your assistance in this matter. Christian Echoes, did the first wife feel like she wasn't enough before the union was formed? How did you grow and was it hard? We've talked quite a bit about my stance, even on here. If you rewind it a while back, you'll see how we started this and things like that. And we have a whole video about how we came into this. And there's a couple other videos.
She did not feel that way.
I didn't feel that way. We have another video. Self-esteem is how you feel about you. And so me personally, I have to be, how do I feel about myself? What is my esteem about me? And as for, what did you call it? Not being enough. I felt like I was enough. It's one of these things where you're adding to the family. We're not doing replacements and things like that. You're adding on. So I have always been comfortable in my space, in my position, and then somebody else can come along and be comfortable in their space, in their position. So if she's comfortable in her space, that's how it goes. Yeah.
Love is expansive. It's like when you have one child, when you have another child, does the first child feel like they're not enough? Actually, honestly, yes.
Sometimes you do.
Sometimes the first child does feel like that new child is coming to take their place and stuff. But look at it like that. If the United States was adding another state, would the current 50 feel like they're not enough?
You know
You
what?
know?
What's that?
Texas feels like they're not enough.
Yeah, Texas ready to leave.
Look, Texas got a problem. What is
Texas
going
is
on?
egotistical.
Yeah, that's right.
Texas feels like they're too much.
It's too much. We gonna succeed.
No.
Yeah. For the union. But no, I never. There were never any moments during the courting or any of the beginning of this where I had to go and have a cry to myself, where I had to go sit by myself and think about what was going on. I did do checks on myself because I think everybody should do a little bit of a self check of, are you all right with this? Is this okay with you? Did you hear what was going on? Is that all right? How are you feeling right now? So on and so forth. That's really all I did though. But I never had any of these moments that you see on these reality shows where I got to go cry for a second because he's with her. That's just like some, nah. Okay. Let's see. Which one of your wives is the oldest?
That one over there.
Which one? We all the same age.
Yes.
Pretty much, but
More or less.
she's a little older.
I'm a little older. Just a
Next
teensy
question.
bit. Let's see here. Do you spend an equal amount of time with each of your wives, brother?
Man, I don't know. I don't measure it, to be honest. They have designated nights. They get their nights. And but to actually measure it, okay, I've been with this one 36 hours or 12 hours. This one, I don't.
No one has
I
time
don't.
for that.
When you're dealing with human beings, you need to be a little fluid. And when you're dealing with multiple wives, you need to be able to meet each of their needs.
Equitable.
Right? You need to be able to meet each of their needs. So sometimes she may need me, sometimes she may need me, Just make sure you deal with cooperative wives that can understand. They're not going to be selfish. Oh, well, you were with this one for such and such amount of time. Now you need to. No, that, it's not gonna work like that.
Thank
What?
you so much.
Look
Thank
at
you
you.
so much, Tip.
What does that even mean?
Thank you.
What?
So much appreciated, my brother.
So like we're at her house right now,
This is my house.
right? So
Yes.
like sometimes he'll come home, I'm sitting over there.
Yep.
Sometimes he'll come home.
I mean, a lot of the
sitting
times we're
right there.
together, you
Yes.
know. A lot of times, if it's not the night, and I
Yeah.
mean by the night, like we're going to
Yeah.
bed,
We spend the day.
we'll hang out together either in
We run a
somebody's
business
house
together, so
or
we're always around each other.
or we're outside. That's why if you look at a lot of our videos are filmed outside because we're busy hanging out outside or doing something.
Doing something.
Something.
Doing something.
Doing
Yes.
something.
We did some craziness today. We were outside and it was 90 degrees outside.
It was nice, and I
96
it-
degrees.
90. We got this.
96.
96.
Nice.
We're barbecuing, and who
We were
does that?
barbecuing. We was outside.
Sweating bullets.
We couldn't help ourselves. We
Nope.
just really wanted to be outside,
Yes.
so that's where we were. Let's see here. Polygyny as an economic warfare, aka Hondo.
He's there.
Solomon, yes. is
What's
in the
up,
building.
Hondo?
Hello, how you doing?
Hondo
Shalom.
Solomon, author
brother.
of Polygyny, the Polygyny Papers,
The
and
Polygyny Papers.
Polygyny as economic
Warfare,
warfare.
yes. He said, peace, bro. Peace, brother Sifa and the ladies.
Aw.
There's no time restriction on sex or and other forms of intimacy in Torah.
Thank you.
Let's see here. Let's balance king is crucial. That's Allah Yahisa Shema Israel. Let's see here. Do you have any snacks that you don't share? That's L. Jordan.
Yes.
Having a hard time with my big family. Snacks.
Man,
He's having a hard
yes.
time with his big family.
Hold
Listen.
up, snack with them because
Snacks.
I have free
Yeah,
range.
he can have
anything.
whatever he wants. He can have whatever he wants.
Get that land and start growing those vegetables and fruits and stuff, and y'all can make some snacks too.
Yeah.
Like, so, okay, at this point, there's no
That's
other
it? No
questions
other
at this time.
questions?
We've reached
And
the end
that
of the
is
internet.
actually good time.
It's good timing.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we are going to head out here. Shalom.
So-
what you
So
about-
thank you, family. This concludes this live, and it also concludes the series.
Yep.
10 Sundays, 10 lives.
Yep.
You might not hear from us again for a little while.
About
Oh,
6
wow.
months.
And please, if you don't hear from us, what if we go a little while without making a video, we get the email saying, how are you guys doing? I guess a lot of people probably think that it fell apart,
I mean, because look at what's out there.
and we don't blame you for
It's
thinking like that
justified.
because a lot of times
Yeah.
these situations they do. But if you don't see a video in a little while, don't think that we're
Yeah.
broken up and it's not. If you look at the first 2 videos, you will see that we're busy building, and that is our main focus.
Yeah.
I capitalize on my plural wife family to build so we can all get ahead together for economic stability. So that's what we do a lot. This us making videos and reaching out and trying to spread the polygyny gospel is like maybe not even secondary, maybe tertiary.
We busy.
Got
other stuff to do.
But we're here. Drop us a line. We just released this. Like I said, this is the 10th video, so you have 10 videos of material. If anybody wants to know something or learn something, you can
Yes.
refer to one of the videos. And drop us a line, drop us the email like you've been doing.
Yeah, emails.
You need any help, any assistance, any advice, we'll try to respond, and we will, catch back up with y'all when we have some time, when we get a break.
Yes.
We're thinking about some, different things.
Oh, I thought, whoa, I'm like,
We're thinking about some, some different content,
somehow things happen. And you
some
know,
other content to add to the channel that
Yeah.
hopefully
Stay
you guys
tuned.
will enjoy.
Yes.
But stay tuned.
Stay tuned. And, we'll be back even with some little small short videos.
Yes.
In the interim, it's
Yeah.
probably going to be
we're going to put
inconsistent
him.
stuff.
over there. And then we're going to make funny
There you
videos.
go.
It was like nothing.
There you go.
Absolutely
With just the
nothing.
sisters, it's just gonna be
There you
us. Us sisters. We gonna do our videos as well.
Yes.
So, go ahead.
No. Thanks for watching.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Lala Tov. Shalom.
Shalom.
Good night. Peace
Good
out.
night.
Oh, y'all give me a second now. All right. Peace out. Let's see.
Watch it don't work. Watch it don't work.